Today we're going to take a look at some amazing storylines for you to plug and play in your WWE 2K25 Universe mode. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out my other Universe mode content. Our first storyline begins at a PLE where a face finally captures a world title after a long chase, and the fans are ecstatic to find out who his or her first feud will be against, and they would soon find out. As the week after the PLE, the new world title holder, the new face champion, was preparing to come out for a promo, but two members of a heel faction would attack him or her backstage before they can come out to the ring. The following week, the main single stars of this heel faction would come out for a promo, calling out the champion and saying that their reign will only be defined as a transitional championship to hand over the title to him or her. The face would then come out to confront the new heel challenger, but the heel quickly attacks your new champion. Then the week after, the new face champion takes on one of the heel faction members, and even though there were lots of ringside distractions, the face champion would still walk away with the win. Now a week out from our PLE, the heel faction once again attacks the face champion backstage, this time in response to the champion's win in the prior week. Thinking they got the last blow, the heel faction let their guard down the rest of the night. This allowed the show to end with the face champion getting their chance to attack the heel star all alone backstage ahead of their world title fight. And at the upcoming PLE, the face champion and the heel contender meet for the world title match. Our next storyline takes place in the world title scene for the men or the women's divisions. A huge trade between Raw and SmackDown occurs, and it shakes up the main event scene, either the men's or the women's world title division. The newly acquired star comes out for the first match, and they get the win on their new brand in the main event. But after the match, the world champion comes out and confronts him or her, making sure they understand who runs the brand. Then the following week, the newly acquired star comes out for their first promo on their new brand, and they call out the champion, saying he or she seems a bit insecure about their presence. The champion would then come out, and he or she doesn't really say too much before going out and attacking this new star and leading to a brawl. Heading over to the following week, the champion and the new star meet in the main event for a huge singles match. Deep into the match, it's a back and forth battle, but eventually the new star seems to be getting the upper hand, so the champion makes the cowardly decision to attack the new star with a chair shot, causing a DQ finish. A week out from our PLE now, the new star, clearly angry about last week's finish, calls out the champion in a promo. The champion would come out and said the new star didn't deserve the opportunity to be in a match with him or her. The new star doesn't respond with words this time, as he or she decides to get even by attacking the champion right before their PLE. Or at this PLE, the world title match would ensue between the champion and the newly acquired star. Our next feud will be a mid-card title rivalry. A superstar from another company, or call it from NXT, will make an unannounced WWE main roster debut as they come out for a promo. They're interrupted though by a heel mid-card champion who will interrupt them, and they tell this new superstar that they're all hype and don't deserve to be in the same ring as them. The following week, this new superstar gets a win versus a low-level mid-card opponent. Then in the following week, the new superstar will come out for a promo calling out the heel champion after their win the prior week. The heel champion once again come out to confront them, and they tell the new superstar that beating a low-level competitor didn't earn them any respect, and that he or she must win against a much better opponent. Then later that night, the new superstar beats a top mid-card title contender. Then on the following week, before the PLE, the heel champion comes out, cuts a promo saying that the new superstar is just a flash in the pan, and that 2 quick wins on the main roster mean nothing, and that he or she doesn't deserve a title shot. The GM has other plans, as the number 1 contenders match will be scheduled as a gauntlet match for that night containing the new superstar along with some other mid-card contenders. And that new superstar would go on to win the match to take on the heel champion at the PLE. But before we get to the PLE, the heel champion would later that night attack your new superstar backstage, heading into their PLE match, where the heel champion takes on her new superstar for the mid-card title. The next storyline will start at Survivor Series and then end at WrestleMania in a world title match. At Survivor Series, Superstar A, who is your world champion, will end up losing their title to Superstar B in their championship match. The following week, Superstar B will come out for a promo to celebrate their big title win at Survivor Series. Superstar A will then come out to interrupt them, as they want a rematch after their world title loss. But your new champion will end up saying no and leaving the ring. The following week, Superstar A will once again come out for a promo, wanting a rematch with Superstar B, and they will challenge he or she to a rematch at the Royal Rumble. Superstar B comes out and then once again tells them no, saying that they'll have to go to the back of the line. And then the next week, Superstar A will come out for a promo where they declare for the Royal Rumble to try and gain their title rematch. And the week before the Royal Rumble, Superstar B, your new champion, will be backstage and attack Superstar A, trying to hinder their chances at winning the Rumble. Then, a week later, the Royal Rumble, Superstar A will fail to win and not get the rematch with Superstar B. The following week, Superstar B, your new champion, will come out to cut a promo mocking Superstar A for their failure once again. And this time, Superstar A comes out, and instead of sharing some words, they end up brawling. Then that following week, Superstar B will come out for a promo, but is quickly interrupted by the Royal Rumble winner, who he or she comes out and says that they're coming for Superstar B's title. The following week, Superstar A will come out and compete in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, which they would end up winning. And then at the Elimination Chamber, Superstar A will once again win, this time earning a world title shot, but the question is, who will it be against? That following week, Superstar A comes out for a promo, and they say they are coming for Superstar B's title. With WrestleMania plans now put into question, Superstar B comes out for a promo, and they say he or she is already facing the winner of the Royal Rumble, so they will not be facing Superstar A. Superstar A would then come out to confront Superstar B, and he or she says she's already talked to the GM, and it will now be a triple threat match for the title at WrestleMania. The following week, Superstar A comes out for a promo, and this time he or she is interrupted by the Royal Rumble winner and not Superstar B, as the Royal Rumble winner tells them to go after the other champion and to stay out of their business. But Superstar A says no and walks out. But quickly after walking out, Superstar B comes out and attacks Superstar A backstage later that night. Now, the week before WrestleMania, all three superstars get in a confrontation backstage, and it leads to them brawling. And with that, they head into their triple threat match for the world title. For our next rivalry, it will be a non-championship feud that begins at Money in the Bank and it ends all the way at WrestleMania. At Money in the Bank, two superstars competing in the Money in the Bank match. One is a face, one is a heel. During the Money in the Bank match, they both get in each other's way, and it causes neither of them to end up winning. But nobody thinks much of their interactions during the match, thinking it's just going to end there. 2 weeks later on Raw, though, they are scheduled to face each other in a King or Queen of the Ring match. Ultimately, the face beats the heel in this match, and will then continue their winning streak to go on to the finals at the King and the Ring PLE. At the King Queen of the Ring PLE, the heel would come out during the PLE to distract the face and end up costing them the King or Queen of the Ring title match. Next week on Raw, they would both come out for a promo where they agreed to a match at SummerSlam before brawling in the ring. In the weeks before SummerSlam, we see consistent distraction and brawls between the two superstars, and then at SummerSlam, the heel this time would get the win, but they aren't satisfied after only evening the score at 1 win apiece, and they decide to injure the face after the match. For the next 3 months, the heel should now be involved in 1 or 2 small stories where they end up getting wins to boost their stock. And as we fast forward to a month before Survivor Series, we begin to have the buildup of War Games. The heel ends up deciding to join one side of the War Games team. But out of nowhere, the return of the face from injury, he or she ends up joining the opposing side. The following week on Raw, the heel would now attack the returning from injury face backstage. The week after that, bad blood continues between the two, as the backstage brawl once again happens, but this time it's the face and one of their new War Games teammates against the heel and one of their War Games teammates. And this heated rivalry would go into the Survivor Series War Games, and the War Games match would occur. It doesn't matter which side wins because the rivalry does not end here. It would continue into both the Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber, as they would both get in each other's way and both cost each other the Royal Rumble and the Elimination Chamber, as neither would now get a world title match at WrestleMania. After the 2 singles matches, many meetings and gimmick matches, and the injury angle in between, they finally decide in a promo the week after Elimination Chamber that they will end their rivalry with a big payoff street fight at WrestleMania. And in this build to WrestleMania, they take part in promos and in brawls, matches where they attempt to distract each other and kill their momentum. and then the typical antics of attacking each other backstage. And then at WrestleMania, you get your big street fight payoff. And those are the storylines I got for you guys today. Remember to make sure to like and subscribe and check out my other Universe Mode content.